Hello, TikTok. Hi, TikTok. Jules here. Many of you have been asking for a backstory on this Shelly and signs and fence business. And for 2 days, I've been shooting videos, like till my camera runs out, shooting 10-minute videos trying to tell you the story. But it's huge. The story is huge. And I get lost. And so I'm going to try and whittle this way down, okay? I moved in. When I was looking at the house, there was a big sign on their side looking in over broken fences that said, we'll see you in court. It was weird because the house had been empty for 6 months. So who they were talking to, who knows? I contacted her by phone and Airbnb Messenger and said, hi, we're making an offer on your house, my friend and I, and really look forward to being your neighbors. Curious about this issue with the fence. Can you fill me in on that? Just by the way, we're really easygoing and are very open to paying for half of a new fence or cooperating in whatever way you want. Because we're chill, man. Peace out. She never responded. That's fine. Then I moved in. I saw her over the broken fence. And I'm a golden retriever, okay? I'm a golden retriever at heart. So, hi, I'm your new neighbor. How are you? And I'm all about peace, love, and joy. You're an Airbnb. I'm an Airbnb. I'm going to Airbnb. And we can be it'll be so great because when you're away, I can help you manage yours. And when I'm away, you can help me manage mine. And you've got this sweet little well-appointed ensuite, lovely house, by the way, with the indoor pool and everything. That's cool. And I'll be like the bridal party. You'll be the honeymoon suite and the mill does the weddings. And how we're all historically connected is so cool because I'm Pratt's Cottage, built in 1802. Pratt's built the mill. When they got money from the mill, they built Shelley's house, and it was all one grand estate for probably a century or more. Shelley told me that they knew that and they wanted to reunite the properties, the estate, and they'd been trying to buy the house since 1998. Interesting? You see a theme here? So that's my first theory, is that they want the house and they're trying to intimidate and frighten me to leave my house because there's more to this than signs and stuff. There's dead animals in my yard. And then I put up the security cameras, caught her throwing garbage over the fence, just passive aggressive stuff. But I would say the animals in the yard for the roadkill from the road, dead, shoveled into my yard, is aggressive. Maybe, you think? Okay, that's one theory. The second theory is Airbnb jealousy, except it doesn't make sense because they're an Airbnb. It's a separate entrance, a one-room, nice room, with a nicely appointed ensuite bathroom. And it's lovely. And that's fine. So we're not in competition because I'm a whole house, sleeps 8, grounds, gardens, and all that stuff, all that jazz. So I don't see any reason for anger or competition around that. But they have tried to interfere with my Airbnb guests. They interfered with a wedding. Cranked up the music. They were doing the ceremony out on the deck last year. They cranked the music way up until they had to stop the ceremony. Then father of the bride walks over to the house, knocks on the door, says, please, can you turn it down just while we finish the ceremony and then do whatever you like. Sure, we'll do that. And they turn down the music. Father comes over. They start the ceremony again. And as soon as they start the ceremony again, they crank the music again and just wreck the ceremony. And who does that? I mean, who does that? That is mean. Did they think it was my wedding? Because she was kind of redheadish, but she's like 20-something and I'm 50-something. Doesn't make sense to me at all. And I didn't hear about it until after. Otherwise, I would have been in Flynn trying to help. Okay, Airbnb jealousy. Then there's the pond. The back corner of my property, Ian Watts, who bought the house in 1998, built a goldfish pond for his grandchildren. And it extends about 16 inches over the property line on their property. And Ian Watts, they never They gave permission. And then he fenced it from the, what do you call those? Chain link fences. The chain link fence all the way down to the edge of their garage. And for 14 years, he lived here and they never said a word. And then he was supposed to sell it to them, but the relationship had soured, so he did not sell the house to them. He sold it to Jennifer. And they tried the same stuff with Jennifer around, like ordering her around and being nasty. Jennifer and her husband just said a big, and they stopped and lived in peace for 7 years. And then I took it over. So I guess they saw a new opportunity and a vulnerability, because I came from domestic violence. When the fence stuff started, like they built the fence 6 inches onto their property so that they could visit it whenever they wanted. And I asked them to, oh wait, I'm getting lost. Pond. Okay, so pond, they never said anything about it. So a prescriptive easement has been granted. Under the Doctrine of Loss of Owner Grant, also the laws of adverse possession, or tort of adverse possession in Ontario. So it's not my fault that they let it go that long, but they did. And if they had approached me reasonably instead of with threats, because they just started threatening, if they had approached me reasonably, like, you know what, we made this mistake 24 years ago, and we really want our 16 inches back, but the pond has to be moved. So we would like to remove the pond. I understand there's an erosion problem with the backyard, so we'll like remediate that space and make sure that it doesn't erode. And give you money to build a water feature of your choice somewhere else on your property. That would have been the reasonable thing, and indemnify me from harm, because there is a real possibility that my backyard would just slide into the golf course or into their property. That would have been a reasonable thing, and I would have talked. But instead, it was just threats. And I could cite laws and torts all I want, but they will just not have it. And it's extremely hostile. I've told her, I will not be abused. I'm here for civilized conversation anytime that you're ready. But I will not be screamed at. I will not be threatened. I will not be abused in any way, shape, or form. Period. And she cannot do that. When I was doing the fence lights to the front, I went from solar to electrical, so I was wiring up the very last junction box. I'm up on a ladder, leaning over. She can see me, so she comes out of the house, stands on the other side of the fence in December, and starts going, ew, what stinks? What's that stench? I'm gonna throw up. Oh my God. And just on and on and on, like a 5-year-old. And her husband's sitting in the car. He can hear her, and he's just waiting for her. It is like the strangest thing. My back fence, they've just started, they took all the gravel out, so it was destabilized. And then a week ago, Stacy came and I hoisted the poles, and she hammered rocks underneath, and they've taken those rocks out, so it's destabilized again. But that fence is fully on my property, and that's vandalism. It's trespassing and vandalism. Okay, we're at 9 minutes. Does that help at all? I'm now going to get to the 6 inches of this. The difference between heaven and hell is 6 inches on my side of the fence. I will talk to you later. This is part 1. And so it goes. Bye.